He'll face a guy who has a 2.61 ERA. Finished that rookie year with a 270. Oh man, it hit him right in the face. It deflected into his face.
I've had this before. Don't worry about my commentary. The Phillies broadcasters aren't talking right now. I'm not talking over anyone, but I've had this before. I've seen a left-handed pitcher in a game where with the spin that was coming off the ball, you just knew the first lefty batter that this person would face would get it in the chops. And that's exactly what happened. Knocked out the first lefty that he saw. That's how wild he was. That's what this pitcher reminds me of right here.
Hopefully when it hit his wrist and then his arm and went up, it slowed things down a little bit. That is scary.
Yeah, that's.
Oh. I don't know if it hit anything. If I did, it hit right in the face directly. Wow. There's some jawing going from the Phillies dugout, and now some guys stepping up. And the home plate umpire shouting back at them as Joe Girardi is going to send Matt Joyce in to pinch run.
And yep, first pitch to the superstar hitter. First pitch of the game by this new pitcher, and that's what happens. Of course the dugout's going to be upset. I totally get it. And based on what happens next, it's not going to get any easier.
Boy, live, I hoped that had deflected off something, but looking at the replay,
yeah,
it did not.
It looked like it got him flush.
And he hits Didi Gregorius now, and Didi goes down. $97 to Bryce Harper.
This is what's going to suck. They're going to warn both teams now, probably. Oh, it's the big leagues. If your command's that dang bad, get out. Or go somewhere else. I see Andrew saying something to him. I don't blame him.
That was 95 to Didi
Gregorius. 2 pitches, one in the face, one in the back. Yeah, now warn both teams so we can't hit anyone.
I'll talk about the rules in just a second after the commentators finish here, but yep.
There's the warnings.
Yes, of course.
And Joe is not happy about that. So he's out of the game. Of course that would happen. He's right, too. Joe threw him out first, and then James Hoy.
Let him voice his opinion. He has every right to. Don't walk him back to the dugout.
And then Joe yelling at Genesis Cabrera. Mike Schilt yelling too. John, you're aware of this more than anybody else. I mean, that's 95, 97 miles an hour.
2 pitches.
2 pitches. Oh.
And look, they might not be intentional, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
You should be better than that.
I can't believe they're leaving him in.
Well, they have to, right? He has to fix
that's
the
right.
three.
You're right. He does.
Well, at least McCutchen is a right-handed batter, so he's not going to get hit. This pitcher does not have control. In any case, he has to face 3 hitters. Unfortunately, that's a new rule. Mike Schilt is probably waiting to pull him. He wanted to pull him after the first hit batter, probably. But this is the difference again. We talked about it before. Ejections, it has to be intentional. Warnings, it does not have to be intentional. You issue warnings to prevent retaliation. And Kruk voiced it. He gave the plan away. They wanted to retaliate, and they're upset because they can't retaliate. Girardi wants the pitcher gone, but unfortunately, the umpires have zero basis in the rules to eject a pitcher when the pitch is not intentional. Some people say the pitcher should be responsible for the ball, like in hockey, players responsible for the stick, and that could be. If the pitcher's so wild and so out of control, you should be able to remove the pitcher from the game, but unfortunately, the rules don't allow the umpire to do that. So from the Phillies standpoint, you're understandably upset. From the umpire standpoint, you're doing what you have to do. You issue a warning because you know that you have to prevent a retaliation. The Phillies are extremely upset because this pitcher doesn't have any control. They want to retaliate. Now they can't. And it's just a very frustrating situation because, oh wait, this pitcher has to stay in for 3 batters. So Joe Girardi is upset. He says the pitcher should be ejected. Look at this. He's starting to go after the pitcher. He wants to yell at him, and then James Hoy does a good crew chiefing job to get in the way because he wants to yell at the pitcher because his pitcher is hurting his players. I get it. That totally makes sense. But the umpires, unfortunately, the rules don't allow the umpire to eject a pitcher simply because they can't pitch. And there's a 3-batter minimum. Finally, mercy, Mike Shildt comes out to get this pitcher that just didn't have any control.
Yeah, they can't get this guy out of the game fast enough, the Cardinals.
And Mike Shildt is heading out.
But I'm telling you, this is something that could wake this team up. You know, that's the hope.